Hello, my favorite zoology students. So I thought I'd take a minute and show you how to select your second learning target. I have to warn you, this is the end of the unit. So if you are missing something from the other pieces of the unit, this is not going to make much sense. Especially if you have not done the notes for evolution and taxonomy and the dichotomous key practice, which was assigned last week. So we're going to go over learning target 2, okay? Last couple weeks ago, the last target that you did was about explaining the general characteristics of animals. So you should have selected from level 1, level 2, or level 3. You're selecting one of those to choose from. Now, this week, when you are doing the next target, which is I can describe how organisms are related based on evolutionary relationships, your choice is based on the points from last time. So most of us did a Google Slides. If you did a Google Slides, then this time you're choosing 10 animals. And remember, this will affect your grade if you choose one that's the wrong number of points, because it's almost impossible to do well, even if you get 100% and you chose a lower points, it's impossible to do well on the second target then. So if I chose a Google Slide presentation, I'm doing 10 animals this round. If a handful of us chose an infographic, that means you're doing the choose 8 animals. If you chose to create a thing link, which a few of us did, then you can do 6 animals. Okay, so whatever you chose last week, you need to make up the difference this week by either going 1 and 3, 2 and 2, or 3 and 1. This week, our target is to create a dichotomous key. Again, let me warn you, if you have not gone through those notes and videos, this isn't going to make much sense. So you're going to create a dichotomous key, okay, and that classify these animals. Now there's a template, so you're going to use this template. Create a dichotomous key. Here's even the lesson. The lesson, if you haven't done that, I'm going to highly recommend you pause this video and go there. So you're going to create a key. I have 3 tables set up: table 1, table 2, and table 3. Everyone, no matter if you're doing 6, 8, or 10 animals, is using the same template. It's just, it'll look, it's how many boxes are you filling in. So first, you're going to choose a group of animals. You can choose, I don't know, bears or turtles or just reptiles. It doesn't matter. You don't want to get too specific, like you don't want to say brown bears, because brown bear is a type of animal, it's a species, so you're not going to find 10 of them. You want kind of a broader group. So maybe bears in general, or maybe, I don't know, insects. Okay, so that's a huge group, so you'll definitely find 10 there. So once you've chosen your group, and it cannot be anything domesticated like cats or dogs, because that's all one species. All dogs are one species, it's just they're different breeds, so that's not going to work. You're going to put your animal group name here, and you're going to also add that to your table 2 title down here. Next, you're going to find, and I'm doing this together on purpose. Table 1 and table 3 should be done together so that you don't lose yourself in those pictures. You're going to find a picture of the animal and copy and paste it into the cell in table 1. So if animal A, I have a polar bear, for example, I'm going to put a picture of a burnt polar bear here. I'm also going to go to table 3 at this time and put the scientific name, Ursus arctos, of the polar bear. So I would put the genus and species name here, okay? No other name is acceptable. You need genus and species, scientific name. Then I would find my next bear picture and also the scientific name to go with it. So it's easier if you do those 2 tables together. Otherwise, you'll have a picture and you won't know what kind of bear it is. So then you're going to decide a way to divide the animal groups. So maybe I chose wildcats, for example. And my wildcats, they could be divided into those with ones with very, very long tails and ones with short tails. So that's going to be my first set of opposing statements. So table 2 is your opposing statement. So this is where you're actually going to build your key. So if that is my first opposing statement, I would say cat has a short tail. I'm going to go to step 2. And then step 2, maybe there's some with spots and some with stripes. Cat has spots. Maybe that's a leopard. Cat has stripes. Go to step 4. Okay, so you're going to continue in that manner. If the cat has a long tail, you're going to go to step, and I'm going to change that to step question mark, because you really want to go, so you want to keep the short tail steps together. So cat, step 2, step 3, and if then you've classified them all out, then you go to step 4. So this might be step 4, might be step 5, who knows. After you've created that, then you need to just keep kind of dividing it out, just like the fish. The example with the fish, you divided it out. This is just a little bit bigger, you got 10 animals. So you're going to continue to divide the groups out and add these statements till table 2. When your key is complete, you must ask someone else to classify. So if this is someone in your household, awesome. They have to be able to find the names of those animals based on your key. If this is somebody else in the class, awesome. That's also helpful. If no one else, send it to me and I'll look over and I'll give you some feedback. Okay, so this create your answer key. You should have done this. You should have done this in step 2. So over here, when I told you to put in the scientific name and the picture, you should have done that. But if not, now you need to do it. And that might be a little harder if you do it after the fact. Your dichotomous key, okay, your dichotomous key should have 1 fewer steps than animals. So if you had to do the 10 animals, you should have 9 steps. There's only 9 steps there, so you're using every single box. If you chose 8 animals, or if you needed to choose 8 animals, you should have 7 steps, so you're filling up to 7B. If you had the 6th one, then you'll have step 5, you'll have up to 5B. Double check that all 3 of those tables are completed based on your number of animals. Just make sure you don't have any holes. All right. Then you will submit this to Classroom as your second target. If you have any questions at all after watching this video, please email me or we can do a Google Meet. Good luck.